Welcome back. Yeah. Hey, don't adjust your set. You know what I'm saying? My camera's not off, okay? But new looks, new vibes, changes, aspirations, and things that aren't for me. This is made in the 1980s, soon to be the favorite podcast for every 80s baby in the globe. You know what I'm saying? Not just America, not just where we from, Freeport to even Nashville, but across the globe. And we appreciate y'all in advance for whenever you jump on the bandwagon to get with this. Hey, listen, it ain't much change with this. I'm still Camp from the Port, and I got my guy with me again this week, and I think he's prepared to have some very real conversation. So I'm going to let him offer his name and a potential AKA for you this week right here.
It's your boy, Wayne Dane Doodle. Still Crambone at this point.
There we go.
Still Crambone.
You know what I'm saying? Why deviate too far from the last conversation?
It's like I actually had a bass lesson today.
Nice. Okay. Let's get right to it.
And I don't know if I'm getting better, but he didn't tell me I was worse. So,
okay.
So let's go.
That's fair. So because I've played an instrument before, and I probably should pick it back up for just therapeutic purposes. So did you buy your bass already, or are you renting a bass right now until you really get your skills up?
No, I actually bought one.
Nice.
I bought basically everything I needed outside of foot pedals because I need those for.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
What damn thing, yeah.
So, hey. We'll say that for the Masonic Temple, you know what I mean?
There you go.
So so is this is lesson number 2?
Lesson number 3.
3, nice. Okay. 3. So walk us through this, man. You're an 80s baby in 2025, and you're picking up. Is it your first instrument for the first time, or another instrument for the first time?
My very first instrument.
Nice. So tell me. Let's go all the way back to session 1, actually, because this was an aspiration that you had probably been holding on to for a little while, right?
Yeah, like it was, I don't know. I find it weird that like I would literally sit on my phone and watch other people play the bass guitar. Like, and for no reason, how you like watching people clean carpets?
Yeah.
I would literally just scroll and just watch different basses get busy.
Nice.
It just looked like it was just the coolest shit in the fucking world. Like the shit kind of took me back into like a childhood mindset.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like seeing something on TV and just in awe at what's going on.
Yeah.
Weird part is the guitar didn't get me that way. It was only the bass.
Really? Okay.
Which was weird.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it was the sound. I don't know if it was the funkiness of it, like, but it was something about the bass. I won't watch people just play the guitar.
Right. It's got to be the bass.
I will watch people play the bass all day. I'm buying one.
So, you say you were scrolling, just watching. Is there a certain bass player that made you think, okay, nah, hold on. Now I got the itch. Now let me see if I can do this. Was there a specific like bassist? Like is it the boy Brady? Brady, I think is Watt, that be doing all the bass playing with the rappers next to him and everything, or who was it?
I mean, of course, you got your OGs, Flea, Prince, Rick James, you got your OGs, of course.
Yeah.
But then I ran across this cat named Victor Wu. Okay. And this dude, the video that this dude had is he had this guy playing his guitar. Had a guy behind him playing the drums. He was like, I want you guys to start a group. I'm going to join y'all groove, but then I'm going to make y'all join my groove.
Okay.
So they playing, and he go to playing, and all of a sudden, their entire groove just changed. And they had to surround themselves around him.
Mm.
He was that cold with it. He was that cold with it. I'm like, this dude is amazing. But the thing is, with a bass, it's just like a guitar. Everybody has, like everybody that's like on a major scale has that thing that the next person ain't got that makes them special.
Got you.
I'm just trying to find that thing that makes me special.
Hey, listen. Hey, 3 lessons in, you're gonna find it, and I look forward to this. I look forward to this journey for you, man. And once you get caught enough with them videos start dropping, you already know we gonna share and support that the right way. It's only right. It's only right.
And I'm on it.
Hey, that's very cool. So I don't know. Let me see. How do I want to ask this next question? Because I want to get into timeline, right? So obviously, you're only 3 lessons in. Is there a certain piece you want to be able to perform, or is there what is the thing that you want to do with the bass, and what is your timeline to get that thing done?
That is an amazing question. I have an answer for all of that.
Let's do it.
I gave myself a year from my very first lesson.
Okay.
To be able to play roundabout.
Okay.
And it's one of those songs where it's not easy, but it's not overly complicated either. So I think it's a perfect song to say I'm going to give myself a year's timeline to be able to play this song.
Yeah, I get you.
It's like, and like I said, I don't want to play in no band. I don't want to be a part of nobody's band. I ain't trying to be a part of Big Daddy Woo or nothing like that. I just want to be able, when I'm sitting at home on a Sunday, the cleaning is done in the house and my music is playing, I want to be able to just grab my bass and jam with whatever music I'm listening to.
Nice. Okay. Hey,
just an at-home hobby.
I respect it, man. I respect it. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because obviously the social media era, much different from our time, 80s, 90s, when you just wanted to do something because you just had an affinity for it, or you just loved to do it, or you just wanted like something to casually pass time, or just give you something constructive to do. Too often now, people are doing things, at least it comes off that people are only doing things for the sake of saying, I can get followers doing this. I can get a bag doing this. I can get some attention doing this. And they're like, they're not doing, it almost feels like people are not doing things for themselves. They're doing things for the aspect of audience and attention.
Yes, I agree with you 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So that this is commendable, man. And a matter of fact, speaking of all of that, I want to share a story with everybody. A couple stories, like acts of aspirations and the aspiration aspect, because I too, because I consume so much, I get wrapped up into this as well. I want to say probably 2 years ago now, maybe 2.5 years ago, I purchased a Serato, and I was going to learn how to DJ. And I got speakers here, I got a stand, I got my Serato in the back here. Matter of fact, I think it's like right over here behind us, a chair. And that was what I could afford. What I really want to do, I want to get with my man DJ Top Speed, who I think is really one of the greatest DJs in the world, definitely in the Midwest. Indianapolis has very underrated DJs, by the way. And I say that as an Illinois person that's seen a lot of great Chicago DJs as well, but Indianapolis DJs are fire. And because he has a school called Decademics. But you learn on vinyl in there, and you learn on the real joints. And I was like, yo, I want to do this. And had I stayed in Indianapolis a little longer, that would have been the first thing I would have did. In hindsight, I should have stayed in Indianapolis, tried to thug it out, or got evicted, but learned how to DJ. That's what I should have did. But oh well, life, right? But man, I'll tell you this. I got so wrapped up in trying to make something happen with it versus getting really good at it to the point that like now months have passed and I haven't picked this up. I've done a gig. Hey, listen, I DJ'd my father-in-law, my now father-in-law's 60th birthday party. And I had those borderline senior citizens rocking for 7 hours. I was so proud of myself. Look, look, I didn't mail it in. I wasn't no 2-hour DJ. I did 4 or 5 hours at the spot, then went to his house. He said, hey, where the music at, DJ? And then I got my shit out the car again, DJ for another 3 hours at the crib. And I was like, yo, this is fun. And no cameras, you know what I'm saying? No live stream. Even though I tried, I ain't gonna lie, my video was super janky, but I was like, man, let me turn this shit off. Let me get in my bag. You know what I mean? And one, it helped me connect with how much I really do love music, like all types of music. And I was literally thinking this on my road trip, and we'll talk about this a little later in the show. But I was like, yo, I really love music and really want to DJ still. I really want to DJ still. And I need to get in the better habit of making time to do this again so I can get super nice, build up my my catalog, my folders of music, and really go crazy on the on the DJ tip. And man, I'm so happy that you shared the story about you playing the bass because it really again hit home about how damn I really want to do this, but I don't need an audience for it. I just want to be nice at DJing. So if like I'm having a cookout now, it ain't no Apple playlist. I'm about to grill, and then I'm about to pop 10 milligrams or more. I'm about to get on the wheels at the crib, and everybody go vibe out while I just bring y'all into my world while y'all sipping and drinking, eating whatever. Like that's I love to do that. And as my wife and I plan to buy a house, we planning on moving to a home and maybe closer to the city because that's where we both work now. Like all of these things, and I was like, yo, man, that would be fire if I was just DJing at the crib and everybody just come over and kick it. Like, because I used to have the kick it spot in my 20s. I had the kick it spot. Now at one point I had the only spot, but it was the kick it spot. And I would fire up the grill and I would have my that's when Dell was popping. So you have your playlist of music, your Yahoo Music or whatever it was at the time. And I had the illest playlist ever. And everybody was like, yo, I heard this in a minute. And people be vibing. I love the aspect and the concept of somebody being in your space, be it your home or wherever, and you got them in a very comfortable space in your place, and then you play something and they light up or they reminisce or they just connect with the fact that you got this music playing. Like that is top tier feelings for me, and that is why I definitely want to get back to just practicing DJing more, honing my skills so I can literally do it for me and not for them. You know what I mean?
I used to have that same ambition, but I never wanted to rock the party necessarily. I just wanted to scratch.
Hey,
that's all I was
thinking. Hey, listen. I told my man Top Speed, matter of fact, shout out to my man Top Speed. I was like, yo, I want to be a skilled DJ though. I want to be one of those just I want to do that. And he was like, yo, I can teach you all of that.
I'm even gonna tell you when I always wanted to do it, right? But I can't remember what the actual ceremony was. All I know is it was they had like all the DJs, Scratch, I want to say Flex was there, but all I can remember, DJ Jazzy Jeff came in there and just shut the bitch down. And I was just like, I want to scratch like Jeff.
Yo, hey, man, hey, listen, DJ Jazzy Jeff, inspiration. There are some there are some great DJs out there that exist. So that's why when I see whack DJs, I get mad. Or like when I know like a DJ, they only got like 30 songs. Like it's like, yo, come on, man, dig in the crates, bro. Like it's MP3s now. You ain't even got to carry crates. Like you should have more songs than this. So whenever I hear a DJ, I be tight. Hey, my wife will tell you one time. We'll leave all the names out of this. I ain't gonna say where we was. Because you never know who might listen to this one day. But I looked over at her and I was like, babes, this DJ is so fucking trash. They pay him. Like he's important. Why? And I was like, I know way more music than he's even playing. I was like, there was a great transition here. He didn't even use it. And literally it was I had like 3 or 4 of those conversations when we were out, to the point I went and just bought my own Serato.
That's bad. You're so trash. He made you want to be a DJ.
Yeah, I was like, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I literally couldn't tell. Like when I put that in my Amazon cart, I was like, I love music, but there should just be more respect for DJing than this. Bye now. Bye now. That's it.
That thing that I saw where they said that when you got those DJs that just got that big ass mixer with all those different buttons and dials, they just be putting on a fucking show. They don't even be doing nothing with half of that shit.
Just be turn up the volume. Turn the volume up. That's it.
They don't even be doing nothing with half of that shit.
Yeah. Man.
They make it look good though.
Yeah, man. Hey, gotta make it look good. Gotta make it look good. Another aspiration, because I'm an R&B legend in my mind. You know what I mean? And I have been since like 95. You know what I'm saying? ever since like Faith Evans' Faith album and Drew Hill, Enter the Drew came out, I swear I've been an R&B legend. And then I got well versed with like Don't Be Cruel and everything like that. But another thing, and I honestly may do this sooner than later, because wildly enough, during the pandemic in the studio session, I was actually told to, and that's take vocal lessons. I was attempting to I was writing this song and I was singing it, and I was just like, that don't really sound right. He was like, no, it's decent, and I was just like, nah, you're gonna gas me up, I'm gonna fight somebody, it's gonna be bad. And then so the song never comes out, but it didn't sound cool with me like talking it or rapping it either, because it kind of became like a Bonita Applebum type of thing where, like, you know, Tip is like talking through the song, but it wouldn't. But what I was saying wasn't as smooth as what he was saying, so I was like, no, you got to sing it because flow matters here. But long story short, he was like, yo, fam, he was like, you know what? You want to get that tight? You should just take some vocal lessons. He was like, man, because you got it. You just gotta work on it. and then I was like, yo, and wildly enough, a lot of times in my life, I end up singing at parties. Me and my guy Rob. Shout out to my guy Rob. We do karaoke. A girl that he was dating before, I'm meeting them. I think I had just got back to Chicago, and we out in the burbs, and he was like, yo, and this girl was like, you guys are gonna get up for karaoke? And my guy was like, he was like, no, Cam gonna get up for karaoke. He was like, you just wait. Let him get a drink or two, and he about to get up and hit karaoke. I was like, nah. I was like, man, we'll see. And not for nothing, man, my homie started butchering It's Over Now by 112, and I couldn't contain it. I had to get up. They was off beat on the bridge. The baby, it's a shame, the things that we go through. And I was like, yo, and the dude was singing off like the count. And I felt Slim part coming. So I'm yelling in cadence from the stage. I was like, I think that we should talk about our problems instead of running away. And then by the time I do that, he was just like, here. He gives me the mic right on cue. And then so I run up there, oh baby, it's a shame. We couldn't work it out. And I was like, yo, hey, I was like, yo, y'all can't do this. This is the joint. You can't butcher this in front of me. I can't let you do this. I was like, and I don't care if I sound good or not. I was like, because I think I got a pretty good Slim 112 impression. And then, but then, hey, the crowd just started going crazy. They was laughing. Everybody was like, yo, like, yo, these dudes are crazy. So all three of us are up there. I was like, it was like 3 or 4 of us up there by then. I was like, yo, we actually 112. Like, this is great. And I was just like, it was moments like that. And I've had a few of those, by the way. And I was just like, yo, you know what? I should probably take vocal lessons. I was thinking about that on my drive home from Ohio this weekend. I was like, yo, I should probably do this just to do it. Cause like, and again, I'm an R&B legend in my mind, but I like going to karaoke. I like.
Let me find out in 5 years we're gonna be wedding singers.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, straight up. Hey, for the longest time, and what's so crazy too is repetition. Because last decade, that sounds so crazy, but the 2010s though is when it was. I used to do that hashtag, this hashtag called "Songs in the Key of Quotes" on Instagram, and it started off as a joke, and then people were laughing. And I was having a good time, even though like it was a coping mechanism for something else. We'll say that for a more serious show. But as I'm doing it, all of a sudden, I think I got to the Gap Band. And somebody was like, hey, yo, you don't sound that bad. I was like, really? I was like, I'm just vibing out. I was like, yeah, people stopped laughing and started like liking it. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, oh, y'all serious. Y'all dead ass? Oh, maybe there's something to this.
So, yeah, you might be on to something.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but for me, it would literally be again karaoke and covers and just lounge singing. Like I go over there 5th and Broadway. I'll be at the Food Assembly Hall and just doing covers. You know what I'm saying, for about a good 30 minutes or something like that. That's all. I just like the outlet. I just like the outlet and the way of expression. You know, it wouldn't be for the attention. It would just be like, yo, man, this is just something I enjoy to do in my spare time because I got time. Like time is of the essence, and if we cannot waste it, that would be awesome. You know,
man. Say that shit again.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
super mad at myself that I waited till 41 to actually do this. Like, it's I don't know, maybe you had the same issue. It's crazy how you will realize, like, when you finally decide to dive into something, how long you actually had the ambition to do it.
Yeah, no facts.
Like, because literally, bro, I've been watching people play the fucking bass for over 10 years.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm thinking in my head, like, if I would have just dove on this 10 years ago, I could have already been where I said I want to get to and surpassed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, in 10 years for sure. You probably would have been booking gigs by then because you've been a little younger. Like, yo, I'm a little hungry out here. Let's see what's popping. Yeah, hey, you know, that is that's important what you're saying though. And I want to stay on this topic real quick. That realizing that you had the aspiration to do something, but you just sat on it. Why do you think many of us sit on an aspiration before jumping on it, or even making a change? You know what I'm saying? Anything like why do you think it is? Is it conscious? Is it subconscious? Like what are your thoughts as far as just why did I or didn't I not do this thing, but I've been paying attention to it for so long?
I think there's many variables as to how that even happens. A lot of people feel like it ain't no time for it. You know, you got a lot of people in the world that feel like if it don't make money, it's pointless.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people feel like once you didn't, like, on top but off topic. Do you realize that when we get older, we automatically assume that certain shit just ain't supposed to happen no more?
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
I got a buddy. He my work best friend.
Mm.
Me and this dude, even though I don't even actually work in the facility anymore, I always go up into the facility just to check on my man Danny. Shout out Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to him for about 10, 15 minutes, and I get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
One day, I see Danny, and he limping, and he holding his arm.
Damn. he all jacked up.
Danny, what the fuck you done did? Man, I was trying to jump over this damn pipe and fell. Now, Danny like 46, 47 years old. I said, Danny, when was the last time you actually jumped with both feet off the ground to jump over something? He was like, shit, about 3 years. What the fuck made you think? And then it made me think about it. Why do people feel like age stops you from doing anything? Why don't you just see if you can bend down or do a complete squat just to see if you can pick something off the ground?
Yeah. Hey, no.
Why do you feel that at 40 you got to walk around with a gopher grab?
Yo, you're right. There's something to be said about also just some people that just give up. They just give up on life. It's like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm good. I won't do this. I won't try. I won't do anything. And it's just like, well, wait, that's not accurate. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't we shouldn't have that in our mind that, oh man, this is the end of the line. It's all over. And there's no need for this movement, this activity, whatever it is. And you're right. I forgot what I was watching or listening to, and somebody was like, "When's the last time you just took a full sprint somewhere?" And
I was just gonna say that. They say after the age of 35, the average human cannot run in a full sprint anymore.
Yo,
even for 5 to 10 seconds, because they hit a certain age and they just felt like at this age I'm just not supposed to do this shit no more, and then you lose the ability to do it.
Yep.
Like I even say I'm guilty of it. You know, just like everybody in Freeport know, I was a fucking dancer motherfucker.
Yeah,
I can't dance no more. I just got rhythm.
Can't dance no more. I just got rhythm. That's powerful.
I cannot fucking dance anymore.
Damn it.
Like, I can still hit you with a two-step. I can still hit you with a Dougie or something like that. But ask me to get out there and go footwork right now.
Like, not happening?
It's going to happen.
Every CL in danger?
Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Every CL.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Hey.
They're not even going to snap, bro. They're going to tear real slow. It's
like, there it is. Yeah, that's all of it.
There it goes.
Oh, man. Yo, hey, you know what? Man, truer words have not been spoken in quite a while. And hopefully this episode will help people to understand, like, we're never too old to do anything. And again, it's that projection, man. It's that projection of society. And obviously, even if our parents have aged well, we're aging better than our parents.
Yes.
And our kids will age better than us. So eventually, you'll have no choice but to look like you can do everything. And you don't want to be out here in actuality not being able to do nothing, you know?
Man.
And I know it's a slippery slope, but I do want to encourage people to do all the aspirations. Man, I seen a lady maybe like a year or two ago. She was like in her 60s. And so she's still making beats. She was like, I always wanted to be a producer. And I put this off for her. She said like 20 years or something like that. 20, 30 years. She had started, but then got discouraged. I think it stopped or whatever, but she picked it back up. And she was like, man, I've never been more happier in my life to just be just making these beats and just doing my thing. She was like, and it was her way of just telling just young people or people in their 40s or whoever, like, yo, keep going, do it. Just do it because you want to do it. And you know, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's just society just humbling us and making sure that, you know, paying the bills takes precedence, or, oh, I'm living for my kids now, or, you know, whatever it is. But something along the line kills our creative spirit, our ambitious spirit, our just willingness to try and fail. You know, I think the older we get, we become more sensitive to the outside noise. And man, unfortunately, we're stunning the growth of ourselves and our own memories, you know.
Yeah.
I was I won't say that. I'll say this though. I've been in some places where it just looks dead. People just they look dead inside. You ever look at somebody in their face and they just look dead inside? Like they just like, yo, I ain't trying. You can't make me try. And if I die tomorrow, it's cool. You
Yes.
know?
It's
So,
much.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and I see that, and it's heartbreaking at one point, but then I'm like, man, damn, that can't be me. What can I do? What can I try? Hey, you know, not for nothing, the greatest part of my 40s has been travel. You know, traveling and DJing are the two definite new things that I have tried this era of my life. I never really went anywhere. I haven't been to half of the United States, you know what I'm saying, let alone 10. And it took me to get married to finally go to Vegas. Never been there. Still haven't been to Miami, you know, still never been to South by Southwest, and everybody was like, "How did you not end up there?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't know, stupid." But but there are and you know, and now, you know, I've seen different parts of the world, like literally the world. I've visited countries where more people look like me, and maybe I don't understand the language in this country, and there's a brown Spanish speaking country or whatever, but it's just the fact of getting out and getting cultured. And it's like, wow, I feel like there's so much life to live. Like, even when I'm saying, like, oh, you know, 22 years from now, I'll be at the retirement age, or 30 years ago, that feels so long for me now that I have so many, have so many new things to do. There's more countries I want to visit. There's more, you know, DJing I want to do, like milestone wise. There's this show made in the 1980s. So like there's so many different angles and things I want to do with just the trademark itself, let alone the actual show. And that is what's keeping me in a very youthful feel.
Yeah.
So now I got to add that with the working out, of course. And I'm getting better. I'm going to lose 50 pounds too. I got to lose 50 pounds officially. I got to do it. But man, because this is where I was at. I do all of that because I don't want anybody to walk up on me and I have that dead look in my eyes, Wayne. I don't want it. I can't do it, bro.
One thing I will say about you, I'm just going to speak on you particularly. That will never happen.
Actually, I
That
received that.
that will never happen to you, simply for the fact of, not only do you dream just astronomically, you fight to the death to see that shit through. You got so many people that got big dreams, but when they realize the effort that has to go into it, then they just push that shit aside.
Yeah, man. That's
We live in a
real.
world. We live in a world of instant gratification.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it to happen for them right now. Ozempic.
Yeah. Hey. Yes. Yes.
Like, nobody wants to get in the gym, get funky and sweaty, and have achy muscles.
Yeah. Nope.
You go get a shot. 3 months later, you're 400 pounds down with a big fucking head.
Facts.
Everybody looks like Star Jones in this bitch. Like, fuck.
Right.
Like, bro, and kudos to everybody that's losing the weight. But dude, when's the last time you seen Little Red?
Man, hey, man.
Little Red looks like a fucking blow pop. This shit looks unhealthy. It looks unsafe.
Yeah, and the joke's definitely on him now, for real.
Bro. But anyway.
Man, hey, no. Hey, listen, no, that's very real, man. Oh, man. I can't wait to tell you this off camera. Do not let me forget to tell you this. I was, man, heartbreak. Wow. Yo, we'll talk about it. As soon as the show ends, we're gonna talk about it. Do not let me forget. but man, you know, with those aspirations, this is one thing that I learned, and I learned this in retail at my last retail gig too. And I'm learning it just in the process of just life. You know, changes along with those aspirations. I think that's going back to your original statement about people putting off things for decades, you know, or whatever. Or then like what I was saying as far as the dead look in people's eyes is because aspirations also take change.
Yeah.
You know, your aspiration to play the bass meant, how does this fit in my work schedule? Mm-hmm. How does this work with the time I got with my lady, with my kids? Do I got time to cook? When do I work out? So when can I do this? And how do I make it work? What change do I have to make to my schedule to make sure I do this thing that I'm aspiring to do? And Wang, I tell you, I used to think that the inability to change was just an old person thing. But due to social media, I literally do see now that it's a state of mind, because I see some young people who are hell-bent on being whoever they are today because they can't see far enough into tomorrow. And I see older people that are just so content with whatever the state is right now that they don't want anything to deviate tomorrow because they know they don't have too many tomorrows left.
I mean, you know, in the older people aspect, I get it. Mm-hmm. I don't have to agree with it, but I get it.
Right. I get you.
Because it's like, no matter how old you are, you're still living for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care if you're 7, 27, 77.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, you don't go and never experienced death, so I don't know what the
I don't know where we're going, but
I'm going to assume that when you go to sleep at night, you've already made plans for what tomorrow may bring, whether you wake up or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I know for the Black delegation, that's how the Black delegation thinks. So why are you mentally shutting shit down early when you still trying to live for tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Man, listen. Man, that's so real. And that's why my latest career change, which I'm hoping is the last actual career change that I have to make, that is. I'm going to make more changes in life, but I recently got hired by Northwestern Mutual. I can say it now because I got a key card, so I can say it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But you know what I'm saying? Cue the air horns. But I say that because the first thing I had to do is pass the Tennessee State exam. And I'm learning about life insurance, annuities, and just different forms of financial planning. and investments that's just beyond like your, your stocks, your CDs and things like that, right? And man, I read some of these lessons and I go through this, and my first thought is like, damn, I know so many Black people that don't know nothing about this because they haven't even prepared to, one, live to a certain point to where some of the stuff is available, or feel like they particularly don't have enough on earth for themselves, so they'll be damned if they have anything to leave behind. And it's it's heartbreaking, right? But it's motivating for me at the same time, because for me now, I am definitely the first Black person I know and trust that will eventually will be a financial advisor that has the knowledge and the information to bring it back to people, to show them like, hey bro, instead of those 7 pairs of Jordans, I can get you a whole life insurance policy, so when you unfortunately leave, your kids will have $50,000 to bust down, or $100,000 to bust down between them when you're not here. So they don't need the GoFundMe, and they don't need to sell the house, and then they still owe. Because tidbit of information, and this is just me studying, I am not licensed until now, so don't take anything as advice. You should go out and do anything. But there is a tax on life and there is a tax on death, federal and state. Okay, you don't just die and they just put you in the dirt and that's it. No, people owe. People owe. They owe for the casket. Yeah, you owe Burke and Tubbs, but you also owe the state. You also owe federally, and depending on what you have arranged for yourself and for your children or your whoever your beneficiaries will be, it's very important that you set them up to break that curse, the generational curse, the plan behind the 8 ball. One thing I love and appreciate my grandma for is that, unfortunately, when she passed, which is 5 years ago this month, when she passed, nobody owed nothing. And that was very powerful because she had 5 kids in the house. 5 kids in the house. But my grandma was the first person that was like, yeah, no, I paid all my cars in cash. I'm like, okay, all right, boss lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when she bought 300, she paid it off in like 2 years. I was like, yo, she was like, yeah, I just been doubling up the payments. You know, they wouldn't let me just drop it all down. I was like, so I had to make the payments. And then she was like, yeah, because I'll never forget. She bought her 300 the same year I brought my my Impala, and she paid hers off way before mine. And her car was brand new, and mine was used from Enterprise. So she owed more off the rip and still paid it off before me. I was hot. I was like, yo, I was like, grandma, like, dang, I was like, yo, you balling out. But more importantly, though, you know, when it came time for her service, there was a policy that was set aside. 2 policies, I believe, if I remember right. One of them took care of everything, and there was still some for all of her children to bust down. And then they were like, we can sell the house and we can bust that down too. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, see, y'all up. Like, so now, you know, just think about that, you know, because if we're living for our children and we are trying to give them the things that we didn't have, please let's all be diligent and make sure that we don't leave them here with a bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's try to not leave them here with a bill.
It's even, honestly, it's crazy to even say that the one thing that you're guaranteed to do in life is going to cost you money.
Yeah, right. Facts, right?
I can't avoid death.
Nope.
It's going to happen, and a motherfucker found a way to become millionaires I'm saying that a motherfucker can't avoid.
Yep, absolutely.
But no,
Absolutely.
but I completely agree with you. I actually have two policies. I have my work policy and I have my personal policy. And
Nice.
I told both my kids, if you don't want to cremate me, in which cremate me, minimize, I'm gone.
Yeah, right.
You will never physically lay eyes on me ever again. Whether
Yep.
you put me in an expensive ass casket or you put me in an urn and take me over to the Autobahn on a motorcycle and let me go doing 150 miles per hour on a motorcycle. If you're not going to do that, that's prefer how I want to do it. But if you're not going to do that, bury me in the backyard of my home.
Mm.
And my daughter asked me, Dad, why would I bury you in the backyard? Because in burying me in my backyard, you now own the land that this house lays on.
Yep.
You never have to pay property tax again. Even if I ain't got this motherfucker paying it off, the bank can't touch you.
Yeah. There you go.
So
yeah.
I prefer that you do one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
Put me in the urn until you can get me to the Autobahn or bury me in the backyard.
Hey, I respect it.
And then you could take both policies. Do what I want to do with it.
Yeah.
Just minimize what you're going to do with putting me to rest.
Yep. Facts. I used to think my mom was so morbid and crazy for saying it, but now I know what I want to do. I want to be cremated and taken to Jamaica and dumped in the water. Like I said, hey, you know what?
And you even get a dope ass vacation out of this.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, look, because and the way I'm setting it up, I'm gonna have a beach house out there anyway. I'm like, yeah, put me out the shore on the beach house because that's where I plan to retire anyway. Once it's gone, it's gone. I already see it. I won't have dreads because I think I look crazy with dreads, but I'm gonna be an elderly man with a walking stick like Moses on a beach house somewhere in the Caribbean. Most likely somewhere in Jamaica because Jamaica's my spot. Matter of fact, we'll talk about that off air too. And that's it. I want to live and perish out there because I see the value and I hope to have more children. And that's even if we adopt whatever we decide to do. But I hope to have more children. And I do want to leave them with something. I want to leave them with assets and ownership. One of the things I've struggled with, even personally, just with all the moving around I've done and all the things I've seen in every place that I've been, unfortunately, is that I'm 40 plus and I don't really own anything. I don't own anything. What I own is made in the 1980s, my trademark and my 2 LLCs. That's what I own. But until those become profitable businesses and profitable entities that I can actually eat off of every single day, then they're worthless. It's owning 100% of nothing. So my mindset, especially with this new move I'm making and the new things I'm learning, because I knew some of this, but man, the details have gotten so much greater. And I want to make sure now that I have secured and set up something, because I do still have a daughter that's only 14 years old that will be in need. And even if she goes on to be an incredible multimillionaire, the least I can do for her is to not have her have to come off the hip, come out the pocket for anything concerning me in my last years and days. And so I would encourage, especially all my people that look like me. We Black, so we're talking about Black people right now. But hey, even if you're white, Hispanic, other, you know what I mean? This is for you too.
She pertain to them too. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that as we are giving our children the things that we didn't have, you know what I'm saying? Like, make sure one of those is a chance to build wealth. I think that's the most important thing. They're going to need that far more than those Ferragamos. They're going to need that way more than those Alexander McQueens. They're going to need that chance to not be in debt, to that chance to be able to build wealth, that chance to say, damn, my mom or my pops, they gone, but you know what? We ain't on GoFundMe. We not wondering where we're going to. We're not worrying how we're going to pay this off. We're not worried about owning the mortuary or whatever it is. So I just say that, and I say that, with respect and lovingly to everybody. I hope nobody took that as me trying to shit on what you're doing with your money. But man, as I get this information, man, do I become extremely passionate about why we need to do it. And when the time is right, I want to help any and everybody. And even if you need help immediately, like right now, I can put you in line with somebody that is already certified, that's already licensed, that can definitely help you out. So please, whenever you hear this episode, because this will never expire. This offer will expire when I expire. So you do the math, right? but yes, man, please let's do that for our children, if nothing else. And if it really ain't about us, the most selfless thing that you can do is create a great afterlife and still enjoy yours at the same time by focusing on the things that really matter. And here's the hint: it's not actual things. You know what I mean? It's not things. It's never things. And man, you can buy so many of everything. And it just ain't enough until it's actually enough. So now it's only fair that we get into things that just aren't for me. We've talked about changes, we talked about aspirations. Let's talk about things that ain't for me. Wang, I was out celebrating life. And I knew this about myself before I pulled up. So I'm not in any way offended or hurt. As a matter of fact, I had a great time. I had a really good time. It was so freeing to just get on the road for about 6 hours and some change, hit that ride, a link with an old homie on the way. Matter of fact, he was on the show. Shout out to J Dub. I got out with J Dub in Cincinnati for a quick lunch. You know what I'm saying? It kept it moving. But Wang, man, when I tell you clubs are not for me, they are not for me. That is no. I was like, man, I was so out of place that I even got lost in how the people watch low key. I was just like, oh, dang, because people watching is my shit. Like, I love people watching. But like, there was a point in time, and I was a little stoned, so but there was so much going on that I didn't even hear the music at one point. I was just like, oh, my thoughts were so loud in my own mind. And part of me was like, damn, I should probably just go. Like, but is it rude to leave this early? Because I was cool at the crib. Like, we was kicking it. I don't know why we came here. And I didn't make the extra spot, but I was like, man, when I tell you clubs are not for me, radio is the only reason why I was in the clubs in the 2010s. That was it. Everything else, the 2000s, that's on me. That was my 20s. I was out hunter-gatherer mode. You know what I mean? You know the vibes. But 2010s, that was strictly for, work. I am definitely a live show, lounge, or incredible restaurant with ambiance guy. That is just who I am. That's who I am. Being the old guy at the club for me takes a whole new meaning because one, these young girls are scary. That's number one. And I never wanted to be the dude that's looking out of touch with the style, trying to holler at one of them, right? But also, I was just like, man, no. I just really want to sit here and use my normal speaking voice. And I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, people talking to me, I'm like, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I just got here earlier. No, I said, how do you know your cousin? I was like, oh. Sorry, I thought you asked when I got here. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I came from Tennessee. Like, Yeah, I like to be where music is at a low roar or maybe a little amped up if it's a concert. But I wanna sit, I wanna chill, I wanna vibe. I'm an incredible chair dancer, and I wanna use my normal speaking voice. That's all I wanna do, Wayne.
I respect it. I respect everything you just said. Everything that you just said was 1,000,000% on the spot because I don't like being outside.
Like taking a step further. Like I
You
like
don't
going
have
out.
to be a club setting. Look. I'm actually one of the reasons why I didn't particularly like to travel.
Mm,
Major reason is deeply rooted. Talk about another time.
for sure.
But going into a place that's unfamiliar,
Mm,
I'm more on alert than I am enjoying myself.
no, I feel you. I understand that.
Like me and my girl, we went to St. Louis a couple years back. And I think me and you talked about it.
Yeah.
Guys just pick me for some reason, not realizing you pick somebody that's with all the shit you with.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't even wonder it. Here's the
Bro,
update.
before the St. Louis trip, we went to South Carolina. We were there for 3 nights.
Mm,
Sleep that whole time because I'm just making sure she's safe.
yeah. Yeah.
You get some rest. I'm gonna thug it out.
For
I
sure.
don't like being outside because you don't
Mm,
know what you're going to get. We're going to this Drew Hill concert
yeah.
Saturday over in the Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an R&B setting.
Hmm.
It's Drew Hill in case. Shouldn't be too many YNs there.
True.
This is
Facts.
our demographic.
Right.
And I still have that same feeling in the back of my head, like, am I going to have to be on alert the whole time, or will I be able to enjoy the show?
I feel you.
I want to
Hey.
be able to enjoy the show.
Hmm.
But if I get in there, like, I'm going to be the whole time, she's going to be sitting over to the side of me crooning,
Hmm.
and I'm just going to be like, who is he? Why is he so close? Why is you looking over here? Why ain't he moved? You know, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. So I just stay in the house.
Man, listen, I empathize with you because you lived a very real life too, though. And I think people need to be mindful of that as well. Um, because me, I like to be out, but I got a tinge of what you got because I'm always like, no, I don't want my back to the door.
No.
And they'll be like, why? What's up? I was like, somebody come here bugging. Y'all got to get down to this table, and I might have to throw a chair. I don't know. I was like, but but no, my back can't be to this door. I was like, and I don't like people walking past me and walking up on me. I just don't. Sorry. I was like, and I ain't even like that. Like, I wouldn't even like that at one point. I was like, but I don't want my back to the door. I don't want people just walking past me and over me like that. It just makes me uncomfortable. And
No, I'm with you.
you know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is speaking to exactly what you're saying. So no, I totally understand that. The only thing that I could offer is this. In travel, because I've learned this as well, and I had to learn this through my lady, is that if we're solo, excuse me, when we're solo, it is man responsibility to just be head on swivel, pivot ready, right? But also as you plan your trips, there's a way to just I don't mean like just like Yelp or whatever, but like really kind of scout where you're about to go. And you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, look, at 43, yeah, I'm not trying to be surrounded by YNs. No, I'm just not. It's not the vibe.
We learned that because like I said, our first trip was Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
When we got back, we found out they call Myrtle Beach Murder Beach.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's not safe down there. It's like, oh shit.
You know, absolutely. Hey, I'm telling you, hey, and because again, shit be sounding cool. Because you're like, yeah, I never did that. Let's go here. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then once you get there, you're like, wait a minute, hold on, man. Is this nigga got a gun out here? Like, yo, like, hey, sometimes I'll judge a place by the outfits people got on at the spot. Like,
yeah.
Before, hey, listen, again, I won't say no names, but I was out somewhere out here, me and the missus, and I seen a dude. He looked like a 90s gangbanger. And he was limping. I was like, hold on. I was like, yo, hold on. Who's my mans? Who's my mans? And my girl was like, what? I was like, no, he's in here with 93 baggy jeans on. I was like, I'm alarmed by that. And they were like, why? They was like, he just can't dress. I was like, no. This is the nigga with the revolver that's going to go off in here. Like, that's who he is. We need to be alert about this. We need to be aware that this nigger is in here and things can go left. And she was just like, and she think it's gay. I was like, no. I was like, listen, man, some dudes can't dress. And then there's some dudes who are dressing like they still on that time.
Right.
He's dressing like he's on that time. Like being out there is like, okay, oh, your pants is a little, they're a little long. You a hem, you know what I'm saying? Or you might have the 3X on, but it's still a button up. But no, when you're out here, when you're out here with original J's and baggy jeans and like a flannel on, I'm like, nah, bro, no. Who the hell is that? Who is that? We got to get him the fuck out of here, or we got to go. One of the two. It can't be like we can't coexist here. I'm sensing danger is among us, and we gotta fix that. So I get it. I get it.
Like I said, I do not like to be outside. Like, you go outside and you just want to go to the convenience store. And there's 6 YNs standing out there with shiesties on.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
I just came to get a Slim Jim and a Powerade.
Hey, listen. You know who else I'm gonna look out for? And these white kids, you in the mix too. Hey, if it's 60 degrees and hey, no, sorry, let me say it right. See, look, I got a little excited. If it's 60 degrees or more, and you outside with a knit beanie on, hey, I'm calling the cops. What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You have on a Scully and it's 65 degrees. That is insane work. We can't do that. It's insane work. And I'll be like, yo, I was like, hey, when I was at the menswear store, little dude come in, Scully on. I was like, bro, it's Tennessee. It's 70. What's up? What's up? Like, yo, I'm like, is he about to pull this joker down?
Right.
Team out. And it's a problem. I was like, yo. So, hey, look, customer service on point. Hey, what's up, my brother? How are you? Do you need help with anything today? Because I need to know where the peace meter is in your world. We can't have these complications. I'm trying to go home.
Man.
Trying to go home.
I hope you are too.
Man, listen. Another thing not for me. Just smoky surfaces, smoky areas. I talked to my cuz. Happy birthday to my cuz, by the way. I was there in real time. Y'all gonna hear this afterwards, but he called me earlier. He was like, yeah, cuz you made that back to the crib. I was like, yeah. I was like, damn, you kicked it that hard? He was like, I was like, yeah, cuz my allergies go crazy. I can't really do all the smoke and all that. So, I wasn't trying to be, like that. But they had the hookah going, then there was cigars. My dog started smoking weed in there. I was like, I have to get out of there. Like, that's just, I can't do it. Like, I don't have 20-year-old non-user lungs like now the effects of all the secondhand I've inhaled with my allergies. It's just not the game to play in 2025. I was hospitalized with COVID. I can't play around. Like I don't know. I don't know the longer lasting effects. I'm not trying to find out. He was like, yeah, cuz you know what I'm saying? Man, I should have did that too, man. My shit all fucked up. I was like, yeah, I was like, dog, you sound like you're choking Red Fox to death right now. Like that sounds crazy. like, yo, my bad. Like, yo, this is insane. Right. And yeah, hey, listen, yo, once you I don't hookah in general, because and I know that was a wave, and I know that was a thing, but dog, nothing is more suspect being confirmed than 3 or 4 dudes on a hookah with trap music playing. I don't care what they playing. Like, bro, first of all, I don't want to be putting my mouth on anything that other men are going to be putting their mouth on. I don't even do trains. I've never even done that. And I would definitely want to go first. So there's no way on God's green and blue earth that we're about to
put your mouth on the train in the first place.
Hey, listen, if I tell you some of the things I'm saying, this is a Patreon show.
Patreon.
Hey, this is a Patreon pivot. I'm prepared. I'm prepared. I can tell you, I got some wild stuff, and I will not sell my man's out, but he was wilding that day. And the dude that accepted that behavior, maybe even more wild. But let's Chicago nights, it's crazy. But yeah, man, I was just like, nah. But and you know what? I've tried hookah for real one time, again with a woman. You know what I'm saying? So it was a date night. And even then, I was just like, no, I was like, what? Like, what is this? Like, I'm inhaling incense. Like, what is this? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Like, this just ain't for me. I can't get jiggy with this. And but yeah, post COVID, oh no. If you want me to use my mouth for things in the community environment that's not sexually favor driven, nah, we can't do that. It just could not happen. Not for me.
Well, mine is I don't do negative vibes, dude.
I feel that.
You just a negative, hating ass motherfucker. I don't want to be around you. I never realized how much that shit rubs off on people.
No, for sure.
Like you can walk into a room, you just hit the lotto for $10,000 on a scratch off, and you know your baby mama done cooked your favorite meal and whatever it may be, and then you just walk into this negative ass room where these negative ass people doing negative ass shit.
Yeah.
And now your whole day fucked up.
Yeah. Very powerful too. Very powerful. I'm with you, because I've definitely had a talk recently with somebody. I was like, you know what? When you are in a bad mood, or when your energy is crazy, like you bring everything around this down. Like you bring everything down. And it's a difficult conversation to have for people that you want to be around. Like, obviously, like if you don't care if it's like a person like in passing, it's like, okay, all right, angry man, but sit your ass down. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever. Right. But when it's people that you have to deal with day to day, whether it be work, whether it be school or relationship, whatever it is, when somebody can be coming as a whirlwind of negativity, man, that can set your whole week in shambles if you're not prepared. So no, I definitely feel that for sure.
Yeah, back in 2015, I just said, man, I don't want no negative vibes around me. I'm not gonna have people out here having me pissed off for days on end. That's not that shit.
Yeah, no,
and I'm not gonna make time for it either.
For sure. Hey, man, listen, positive vibes only, smoke-free environments, music at a low roar. Hey, man, sounds like a hell of a day to me. Sounds like a hell of a night to me. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's not too much that you could get besides that. And hey, man, obviously that we could go all day with this, but I don't want to, stunt the thought and just the aspirations of what you would like to share. So is there anything that you want to talk about as far as changes, aspirations, or just things that just ain't for you no more? What you got to say before we head out of here, man?
Like I said earlier, I just want to put it back out there. You're not too old to try that old dog new trick shit. Is not true.
Facts.
That's some stupid shit that somebody said, and then another person said it, and motherfuckers ran with.
For sure.
Live life. Do that shit that you always wanted to do. You ain't too old to watch cartoons.
Facts.
You know, like, and just, for real, like, don't feel like because you ain't 20 no more. Like, don't get me wrong, some 20-year-old shit you are just supposed to stop.
Yeah,
but there's
like
probably
binge
some shit
drinking.
you should have been doing in the first place.
Right, like binge drinking or something like that.
Like, there you go. Like, but like if you had a goal, you had something that you love, something that you wanted to do, and you feel like because you're older you can't do that anymore. Do that shit anyway.
Facts.
Get back into it.
Facts.
I said I wasted 10 years on some shit that I could have been doing a long ass time ago. Felt like because I was getting older that I was just supposed to stop dancing as much as I used to love to dance.
Yeah.
Don't do what I did.
Powerful. And I want to piggyback off of that too. And I just want to kind of extend what you're saying, because for everybody that is into something, or or thinking of picking something back up, don't stop and or do it. Don't grow out of it, grow into it. One of the things that I saw a lot, especially like last decade, and even now, you see it like, hey man, y'all want to be rappers, but we need plumbers and electricians, and that's true. But I think the best way to answer that to anybody, no matter what it is, whether you want to play semi-pro ball, whether you want to create music, whether you want to paint, whatever it is, I think what you have to be more concerned about is doing it for you and not doing it for an audience. Plenty of times I think people are discouraged, or they're made fun of, or they have just put themselves in a very tumultuous internal mental space because they're trying to do something to be successful versus trying to do something because it makes them feel good about it. There is, but in a land before time, for a lot of you young people that may be checking this episode out, in a land before time or pre-social media, we did a lot of things because we love to do it. There was value in being the best rapper on your block.
Yes.
There was value in being the best basketball player on the court that day.
Yes.
There was value of being the girl in church that could just sing better than everybody else, or the kid that could really paint and do the science projects the best, or whatever it is, whatever that thing is. And and all you did was, in our world, you end up in the Journal Standard, or what I'm saying, or your picture was on the bulletin board at the school, or you happen to be out at the Lindo or at Taylor Park or Reed Park, and everybody was like, yeah, no, dude got busy last week. And that was it. And that was enough. That was enough. Oh, the whole city know what's up. I'm at Garden Deli. They're showing me love. That's it. That's all it took. And so to piggyback off of Wayne said, man, do it for you and not for the audience, because you have to live with you. You have to be satisfied with you. Everything is not meant to be paycheck purpose. Sometimes it's just the best outlet for your sanity. And a lot of us are out here. We anxious, we nervous, we depressed, we angry, we have suicidal thoughts because we want to do so damn much. Yet we are afraid that we either won't get enough attention from social media, or that we'll be judged because we're not famous or rich for doing it.
Fact.
Man. So listen, man, we appreciate y'all for checking out this episode of Made in the 1980s. We hope that this message, all the messages that we sent this week, finds you well and in a space ready to do the damn thing. All right. And so just know that always and consensually, it's love.